What up, guys?
Welcome back to our channel Waddup Canada.
This is Sid.
And this is Sherry. And today's video is going to be all about Canada versus Germany. So we are going to compare a lot of things about how your life is going to change when you plan to immigrate to both of these countries. How are these countries different in various aspects and a lot of more things. So before going forward, let me introduce you to Flying Abroad. She's a very dear friend of mine and we have collaborated for this video where we want to discuss about our lives in Germany and in Canada. Check out her channel Flying Abroad. She makes a lot of videos about Germany and also follow her on Instagram as well.
So without further ado, let's start with the video.
Welcome guys to our channel. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you?
All good, all good.
So I think let's start with your introduction. We would love you guys to tell our audience about your channel, you guys, all about your life in Germany.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Shilpa and
Myself, Sachin.
we currently live in Germany and Sachin has done his masters from here and then I joined him as a spouse and then now we are working here and we also make YouTube videos. Our channel name is Flying Abroad and we make videos all about Germany like education, lifestyle, jobs and everything.
Awesome. Okay. So I think the first question will be, why did you guys decide to move to Germany versus any other country in the world?
So here I can share my journey. So basically, I came to Germany in 2015, and I chose Germany because of the education fee.
He came as a student and then I joined him as a spouse later in 2018 and till then we are living here. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, one thing which comes to our mind when we think of Germany is the language barrier. So, was that in your mind when you decided to move to Germany, or like that you think after living there for so many years it's not a problem? So, what do you think about the language situation in Germany?
So when I was coming to Germany, of course, this thing was there in my mind. So language is a thing in Europe, whichever country you choose. So in Germany, basically, German language is quite dominant compared to English. So my course was in English, so that was kind of a relief for me. But in a day-to-day life, if you go to supermarket and if you visit a government office, so there you basically feel the need that you should know the language. So it would be always good to learn, let's say, basic level of German language in your own country and then basically try to come here.
He belongs to a IT job so he did not face that much problem, but like I belong to marketing which is like in hardcore German, so I did face a lot of difficulty in the beginning to find a job and it took quite long. Like it took me at least 8 to 9 months to eventually land up in a job and that too in English, luckily. But again, even at my job I am expected to learn German and in day-to-day life also it is like you can manage in English, it's not a problem, but it's always good if you know the language.
Okay, so the kind of marketing jobs which are there in Germany, so do they expect you to do marketing in the German language, or the marketing is overall in English?
No. So I think I have not seen any company doing any ads in English until now. All the ads are in German language only, and the mails that they send, the creatives that come, the headlines, and everything is in German. And you have to translate and struggle at your end to understand that. But yes, that's why like that is a barrier that you have to manage it.
Okay. So I think if we compare it to Canada, then I think there is no language barrier as such. There is French, but then that's more prevalent in the Quebec side of the country. So I think in Toronto, we haven't faced any such language barrier as such. So I think, yeah, that's a good point. But then, it's great that you guys are working there without, I think, being a pro in German language. So that's awesome.
Yeah, like that's like a good point. I would say that it's not that you will not get a job. You will get a job, like you can find jobs in English, but you have to like struggle more.
It can basically take more time to find it,
time.
and it again depends on the stream. So if you are let's say in pure marketing, then I think it's not possible to get in English. But she's into digital marketing, so there maybe it is possible to get it in English. Yeah.
So coming on to the next question, what were the other challenges you guys faced when you moved to a new country, and especially Germany, which is like German dominated? So what were the other challenges apart from the language barrier?
So if I talk about the challenges which I faced when I came here as a student, so first one I basically kind of saw it in the first day itself that it was super expensive compared to India. The moment I landed in Frankfurt, things were in the euro, and I was all the time basically converting the currency, and that was super challenging. For I think in the first week when I went for the grocery, I did not find any Indian grocery in the supermarket. Then I was like, wow, this is something, another world which I have landed into.
And apart from that, like, you know, winter is a big challenge. Like, weather here is very harsh and winter is very long, so that's also very, like, I faced that challenge. And then Germany is full of rules, so that is like a
Yeah,
biggest
it
struggle
is
here. Like
actually.
driving, you have to see so many things. Have I crossed the speed limit? Have I like crossed the red light? Or, you know, so driving and the rules are like crazy here. Like, that's the biggest struggle I have faced. Like in India, we have been lived very freely, so it's totally opposite.
I think we are very lucky we are living in Toronto, so that Indian grocery is not an issue for us. Like Brampton is just so close to us.
That's like mini India.
Yeah, we are always close to mini India, so that's the good point here. But then, yeah, in terms of the rules, I think that's the good part about these countries, that there are so many rules, but then when you have to follow them, it's a challenge for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And with groceries, like we did not really face any struggle as such with regards to groceries. But yes, with regards to Indian food, going to restaurants, it is a kind of struggle that, you know, you don't get all the charts and all the variety of food that you get in India.
So moving on to the next question. So does Germany also have a permanent residency like Australia and Canada, or does it only allow for work visas? How is your process? And if Germany does have a permanent residency program, what are the sort of benefits a permanent resident gets there?
Cool. That's a very good question. I think when somebody is planning to move out of India for another country, I think permanent residency is the thing which basically they have to take into the account. So Germany has a permanent residency program. So basically, for the minimum duration, you have to complete is 21 months. There are certain other options as well, but that's the minimum in which you can get by fulfilling certain requirements, like you need to have the B1 level of German language and so on. So Germany is basically quite open to giving PR status to all of the let's say immigrants or expats. If I talk about the benefits of PR, they are more or less similar to the citizenship, except for the voting rights and some other. So in the PR benefits, you can say you can buy the property here, you can live unlimited time, as it explains with the name itself, and you can call your immediate family like spouse or partners, and they can also live as long as basically you are living in the country, and certain other things like you can also go for the freelancing and so on.
Okay. So also as a PR, are you allowed to sponsor your parents as well?
There I think Germany is not doing, let's say, differently compared to all other English-speaking countries which we see. Basically, in Germany, when you even have the PR, you cannot call your parents on a permanent basis. There are exceptionals, but it's not the usual process.
So I think Canada has a advantage here. We all know that you can sponsor your spouse, you can sponsor your parents. So I think a +1 for Canada immigration then here.
So I've heard that Germany obviously is famous for its automotive industry, and thereby I know there's a high demand for automation, automobile that for that matter. So apart from automobile sector, what are the other high demand jobs that a person can look at if he wants to immigrate to Germany or come for study purpose?
Yeah, so as you said that, you know, it's a land of cars and mechanical is like the highest thing that we think about Germany, but like that's not the scenario. Like, of course, mechanical is very much in demand here, but apart from that also there are various like sectors like IT, and then, you know, research is also very much in demand, and then, you know, medical is like it's at its peak, like it's in super high demand, like nursing and doctors both. Apart from that also, like agriculture and construction, all these fields are also in very much demand. So it's not just mechanical, but a lot of other options as well for everyone if they want to migrate to Germany from other sectors. With my experience, I can also say, like in these 3 years, I've seen that, you know, digital has also evolved a lot, and I'm also seeing a lot of jobs regarding digital marketing. So I think that is also a thing which is like, you know, booming internationally and is also at its peak in Germany with regards to job opportunities.
I think it's very similar to Canada in that terms, because nursing is one area where there are a lot of jobs right now, and then construction is like the whole year around you, the construction jobs are there. And then of course digital marketing is one of the most booming sector all over the world, not just Germany or Canada. So it's very similar in terms of what are the high demand jobs in Germany and Canada.
Yeah, and like nursing and construction and all these jobs are so well paid as well.
Even in fact, here in Canada, trucking is one of the highest paid industry. So that's also a very high demand job in Canada. And also things like contractors. So even things like, plumbing and all those things, you get paid very good for these kind of jobs.
Yeah, I think with plumbing I can also say, like, even in Germany, like, even a key maker makes so much money. Like, if you have some issues with your lock, and sometimes if you have to call a key maker, we have heard that, if they are coming during night time, they charge, like, for 10 minutes job they charge 1500 or like 500 euros, and it goes crazy sometimes. So I think, yeah, these all jobs which like are like odd jobs for us to say, but they are well paid. So that's a very good thing here.
Yeah, and also that brings us to this thing that labor cost here is very high. So you have to do everything all by yourself.
Yeah, yeah, you have to become the labor.
Exactly. We've been talking about this in our previous videos as well. Like we have done everything at a home. Do and may I think our lock was disabled, so we had to correct that. And then, of course, you create all the furniture by yourself. So all those things are like normal part of when you start living abroad.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't just, like, if somebody asks me how do you manage like YouTube and your job in, like, together, so I say, yeah, we manage YouTube, job, and house as well. Like, you can't like, neglect managing the house here, because it's such a big task, like doing everything by yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. Doing your housework is like your whole job. It requires full attention as much as your job requires.
Yeah, and you have to learn so many skills as well, like, plumbing and electrician and everything.
And how about education? Is education free in Germany? Is it expensive? So do you want to throw some light there?
Sure. So I'll start with the basically kids education. So kids education is completely free until they reach out to a certain basically level. Like in India when we say 12th class, so until that it's absolutely free. Then if I talk about the bachelor's and master's, that's again also free in the public universities. Bachelor's usually happen only in German language. For masters, you have a lot of options to do in English. So there, if you do your courses in the public university, you don't have to pay any tuition fee. It's like literally zero. In only one state they have applied, that's also quite minimal. So apart from the tuition fee, now if you think about that, do I really need to pay anything? Because it's quite unbelievable that it's free. So you have to pay every semester a thing called semester contribution, which is also not much, which ranges from only 100 to 350 euro per semester. So all in all, if you are doing in public university, you can manage maybe within less than 1000 euros for like your complete course. So that's like, I think the main thing why a lot of students are coming to Germany.
Oh, that's amazing. Nice, nice. Yeah, so in Canada also, if you're a permanent resident or a citizen, your kids get to study free of cost from, I think, 12th grade if we compare it to the standard in Indian education. So, yeah, I think that's amazing in these two countries. But then having your university fee, as you mentioned in Germany, I think that's amazing. That's a real advantage for all those people who are planning to immigrate as a student. So, Germany is a great option there, yeah.
Also, if a student or a person who has just like graduated from his 12th standard wants to immigrate to a different country, what are the sort of courses he or she can look at probably if he wants to come to Germany?
Sure. So if I talk about the bachelor's and master's, similar ranges of the courses are available, ranging starting basically from the computer science. Also, if you want to do in marketing or management, they are also available for bachelor's and master's both. And also, if I say that the of engineering, of medical topics, like someone wants to do masters in, let's say, English, or I don't know, say in political science, and these kind of courses are also available in Germany. Also, a few courses you would find in masters in English too. So I have seen some people who have done bachelors in English, and but they are also coming here and doing it in their master's course here. So that's also quite good, that not only engineers and let's say medical professionals are having all these educations in abroad countries, but also like off topic people can also come here and study here. And in the engineering, again, all type of courses are available, like automotive, electronics, computer science, and all sort of science streams are available there.
And what is the sort of fee that an international student pays if he is just to study in English as compared to like German language?
Sure. So for bachelor's, if somebody wants to study in English, then he has to choose the private universities, which are again, I think maybe similar fees, which are having the similar fees compared to USA or Canada, I think so. So they are around 3 to 4,000 euros per semester. So for a overall courses, then you would pay maybe more than 20,000 euros. But if I talk about the masters, their international students will also pay the similar fee what a German citizen is paying. So that is basically nothing for the tuition fee and semester contribution, which I just mentioned, which is like kind of 100 to 350 euro per semester.
Yeah, because like for masters, English courses are also available in public universities, so
Yeah.
that's not an issue. Again, you can study for free in English as well, like
Yeah.
he did.
Oh, okay.
So from a broad perspective, we can say like you complete your bachelor's in India or elsewhere and then probably move to Germany and just do your master's over there, right?
That is actually a very nice option, because when I basically was working in Bangalore, then I thought about that where should I do my master's. Then all these options were there, like USA, Canada, Australia. Then I got to know about Germany, and then I was like, okay, really, is there a like country which is let's say letting all the students study for free? It was kind of unbelievable. It took for me to some time to basically go through all the websites and read about it and everything. And then I decided about the few universities, applied for it, and then got the admit in, let's say, more than 5 universities. Then I just picked one.
And I think the degree also has like a very good value,
Absolutely.
that if you don't want to settle down here completely, like if you feel the language barrier and everything, so you can again study here and then you can move to other countries, English speaking countries, and
Yeah.
your degree will be valued
Yeah.
very nicely. Like,
So I know few of the students who have moved, let's say, to Canada and also to Singapore, and their degree was given a weightage, like they got the job quite fast. So that way I think it has its own pros as well.
Okay, in terms of college placements, so does the colleges, universities, they help you with placements, jobs? What's the situation like?
I think here it is bit different concept. So you have career fairs where there are companies who are basically talking about themselves and also their career options and all, but it's not working in a campus placement way, that they are basically also hiring on the spot. So you would get to know some information about them, but not in a way that they will offer you the job. So you have to, let's say, apply individually to their company websites or the job portals.
yeah, I'm very curious to know about this, that how is it in Canada, because in India most of the colleges have campus placement, so like I would want to know how it's there
Yeah.
in other countries.
Yeah, I think it's very similar like Germany and Canada. We recently did an interview with an international student. She studied marketing here and project management. So she also told us the same thing, that you have to build a lot of networking, and that's the kind of job atmosphere you will see in Canada. The kind of job opportunities you find won't be much on LinkedIn, but maybe internal references. So that's how campus placements are. You won't get to know about internal job postings, but you need to network a lot in order to get a good job, or get a good reference. And in terms of searching for the job, how easy it is it difficult, or it's easy to get a job once you land in Germany?
So I think I would like to share my experience here, because I think he got the job like very quickly before even he finished his master. So he got the job from the company where he was doing his internship. So I think it was very easy for him. But like if I have to share my experience, it was very difficult, majorly because the like requirements were in German and I did not know German. So I think that was like very difficult. So it depends like what
Yeah.
is your profile, how good are your skills, and then you have to be there at the right time. Like I eventually got a job when there was a requirement of an English speaker, but it took some time.
Okay. So what do you think, because you studied in Germany, you did your masters there, that was the advantage you had, that you could find that job easily? Or you think if you came from India, you did your masters from there, then also you would have been this lucky to get that job easily?
No, I think studying here bit plays a role, because if you study here, you can always look for the master thesis or internships to do in a company, and there basically you already know the company, you already know the projects and everything. So it basically shows that you have some German experience, and I think in all these countries outside of India, they really check that you have some local experience or not, and I think that gives you the advantage, not basically only the degree. So you should have the degree, but you should also have some local working experience.
And I think if
Yeah.
you have any sort of niche skill,
Yeah,
like
that's-
coding and everything, these are like in very much demand. So I think if you have those skills, I think it would be
It
very
would be,
easy.
yeah.
And also if you just learn the language, then I think it won't be that difficult, because there are a lot of job
Yeah.
opportunities, and they really I think they really like value Indians, as they consider them hardworking and dedicated, and also they have that good rapport about Indians. So I think if you learn the language and if you have the right skills, then it's not that difficult as well.
Yeah.
So moving on to the last question, talking about public health. So is public health free, or do we have a concept of public health care, or is it just privatized over in Germany?
So if I talk about the Germany in terms of the health insurance, I think the moment you think about Germany, you have to take the travel health insurance. It all starts from there, and when you come here and you register, you need a mandatory health insurance. So basically that can be public or private. So when people decide that which health insurance they want, they usually go with the public health insurance because it has several other benefits, like your spouse can be also insured within your insurance and so on. But then there are people who also choose private health insurance for different other reasons. It also has some benefits. And as a student, when also you come, you also need to have a mandatory health insurance that can also be again public and private. And once you have the health insurance, then you can visit any of the clinic, and they are basically not charging you anything. Only you have to pay minimal fee for the medicines only.
So all in all, you have to buy your own insurance. It's not publicly funded. Am I right?
Yes, so absolutely, you have to pay half, basically a portion of the health insurance, which is basically deducted from your salary. And as a student, you have to pay your own, basically monthly, let's say EMI or whatever thing you want to say.
Because here in Canada, we have like publicly funded or public healthcare, which though gets deducted from our taxes. So the higher taxes here we pay, it's like contributed towards the public healthcare, and that's why you can call it so-called free. But apart from that, there are certain things like your dental, your vision, and other stuff which usually doesn't get covered by public health, and for that you need insurance. And insurance is provided basically by mostly by your employers, and if they don't, then you need to like buy it separately.
Okay, so to conclude the video, what's one thing you would want to tell everybody who's watching this video? Why should they come to Germany, and what are the challenges they'll have to face? So one last bit from you guys.
Yeah, so I think we would say that, if you want to basically, if you're looking for options to study abroad, then I think Germany is a very good option to consider because of the factor that, it's a free education is here. And then apart from that also, I think a lot of job opportunities are there, and it's in the heart of Europe. So if you are if you are fond of traveling, then also it will be very good. And I think work-life balance is also very good here. So if you are prepared to move to a new country and face all these lifestyle challenges, and if you are ready to learn the new language, then considering all the good factors, I think you can move to Germany, as we are living here, and we can say that it's not that bad. I think we love it here, and we will definitely recommend you to come to Germany.
Okay, so in terms of Canada, what would you want to say to everybody who's watching this video?
So as far as Canada goes, what I have felt from my own experience is that it's a multicultural environment that we have here in Canada. Apart from that, it's a land of opportunities, as it's called. And in terms of travel as well, Canada itself is so huge that I haven't really explored Canada as I would have wanted to, but it is huge, to be very honest, and there's a lot of scope for travel as well. And then if you move further forward, you have US close by, and then there are sunny destinations like Cuba, Mexico, Jamaica, and Caribbean islands for that matter. So there's a lot of scope for travel as well. So that's a good part about Canada, even public healthcare for that matter. The only challenge that I feel here in Canada is that you might have to start from scratch, because I was at a management position back home, but when I came here, I had to start from executive level. So things are different. So it's like it's hard to digest initially if you are not that like open to coming here and starting from scratch. So that might be a challenge for some. But if you come with an open mindset, and if you are ready to do your chores, if you're ready to accept the lifestyle it's gonna be, then I don't think so there should be a problem.
Yeah, I think that way Canada is amazing if you can start your life from scratch and you are ready to take on all the challenges. So I think both Germany and Canada can be great opportunities. Yeah. So hope you guys like this video. We hope we were able to answer all your queries related to Germany versus Canada. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you have liked this video. Drop us a comment. What would you like to know more about Canada versus Germany? We would love to make more videos with flying abroad and have them again on our channel.
And if you are new to our channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, not just here, but on Flying Abroad as well. So until next time,
Take care of yourself, your family, and stay connected. Bye.